I'm Cyrus Caretto.
And I'm Abdul Naqvi.
I'm Vinoj Govinthasamy. And this is our project 2.
For Engineering 6.
Indeed. Alright, so looking at our GUI window here, the first thing you're going to want to do is go over here to this load image button, and we've conveniently numbered the steps for you, so it should be fairly straightforward. Now when you press load image, this menu is going to pop up which asks if you'd like to choose an image from the internet or from the computer. If you select from the internet, it'll ask you for the URL of the image. Right now we're going to choose an image from the computer. Give an image here. So now that the image is popped up, the next thing we need to do is select the region to be analyzed. And this is done by hitting this select region button, which will then open up this little cross cursor on the screen, which allows you to select points on the image. Now, it's very important which points you select and that you do this accurately. The first 2 points that you select will form a line along the edge of the field you're selecting. So, and it's very important that you select it so that this line is parallel to that edge, because this will determine how much the image is rotated. So I'm going to go here and select these 2 points on the corners of this field. Now, the third point that you select must be a point along the opposite edge of the image, and it can be anywhere along that line. I'm going to select it right here, and now hit enter. And now a rectangle pops up which shows the region that is selected. Now we also have these zoom tools up here, so you can zoom in if you want, and you can make sure that you selected the region you want to select. We have the pan tool, so you can move the picture around. The one thing is you cannot use these tools while you are selecting an image. If it shows the cross cursor, then all you can do is select the image. So I'm going to zoom back out and pan over so I can select this other field, which is the actual field of interest here. And you can select the region as many times as you want before deciding that you want to keep it. So now I've selected the field that we're interested in, and Vinoj is going to talk about the rest.
Now that we have our vineyard of interest, we can now select the rotate and crop tool. The program automatically rotates the image so that you can properly crop the vineyard. Now to select the crop tool, you can select any point and drag it. Now the important thing to know is that we need a distance of the vine extra on the top and on the bottom, as well as a row extra on the left and the right. Now we can also drag the entire box to make it more accurate to select the whole vineyard. Afterwards, we double click to crop the vineyard of interest. Now we can select the distance that is between the rows as well as distance between vines within each row. So we can change this to 4 and state that the distance between each row is 7 feet. And we can set the number of rows to be 40. Now Abdul will talk to you about the rest of the program.
It's me again. So once we've selected the number of rows and the distance between the lines, once we've selected the distance between rows and the distance between the lines, we'll select the number of rows. As Vinoj said, we've selected it to be 40 rows. And then we tell the program which axis is measured along. So this means if it's measured, if the rows are lined vertically, that means we're measuring along the x-axis. That means the rows are running along the x-axis. In another case, if the rows are stacked vertically, that means they're running along the y-axis. So in this case, we'll select the x-axis. And then we'll press place grid. As you can see, a line of black grids is placed along the whole field. And the intersection points of the grid signify the points where the actual vines are located. And as you can see, some vines are colored blue, some are colored white, and some are colored orange. Blue means that the area around the vine is really healthy, and white means that it's not so healthy, and orange means that either the vine is dead, it's not present, or it hasn't grown above those soil yet. And now we're going to click extract data. And as we can see, a file here is saved called vine data. And this file shows how much each vine and according it classifies it according to row, how much each vine should be watered. And part of it was determined by how much, what color was there around the vine. For example, if a vine had mostly blue color around it, that means the vine was considered healthy. But if it had mostly orange or mostly white color around it, that means it wasn't so healthy, in which case it would have a higher watering time, and vice versa. As you can see here, some of them are low, some of them are high, most of them are in the middle somewhere, and some of them have the designation no vine detected, meaning that this spot around this place was 99.9% orange.
Looking at the text file that we get from the program, we can see that it gives data by row number as well as vine number. So looking at row number 1, it'd be this row right here. So for example, if we're looking at row number 1, vine number 5, we'd go to row 1 and go down 5 from each point. And we would see that the time in minutes is 334. And the rows are numbered from 1 to the highest number row from left to right. So now the program also has the ability to change the min and max watering time. So for example, we can change this to 0, assuming that the healthiest plant does not need any more water, and that the least healthiest plant needs 60 minutes of watering. So an occasion where we would do this is where the water flow rate would be a constant, and we need to adjust the time that the plants each need to be watered. And in the case that we ever get an error, we would have to close the program and run it again. So for example, we go here, select a region, and then rotate and crop. And then let's say, for example, we say the distance between each vine and row is -5. We place a grid, we get an error. It says, please restart the program. We close the error message box, close program, and click run. That's it. Thank you guys for watching.
Stay tuned for more updates.